Howdy, howdy. It is another Monday, another time to nerd out about what I've been reading. Good old Stack here as I continue to try to catch up with current day stuff that's coming out. I am now officially only 2 weeks behind. I'm really trying to read a lot of books. I got way too many books. I need to call back my pull box. But let's start off with the books. Only two books I didn't really care for, and Fantastic Four continues. By the way, spoilers, by the way, we're going to be talking through all of these and looking inside the pages. So if there's any book that you don't want to see inside or get spoiled on, by all means, just fast forward a few minutes. Uh, Fantastic Four, I want to like this more than it is because I am enjoying the story that Ryan North is telling, but the art holds it back. We got some awkwardness with Johnny Storm here. Also, I thought this was an awkward sign here. He makes like a fireman and he says Flamo off. I don't know. That just some of the art here is just really holding it back. I mean, look at this. Sue Storm should not look like that. And it's just Humberto Ramos is a great artist, but I feel like he's just who's inking him? I feel like it's just way too thick lines, and I love a thick line, but man, it's really distracting. And some of the dialogue just seems needless. I don't know. I like the idea of what's happening. I love the save state idea here and reverting it to where Doom has to go through infinity until the engine burns out. Like I thought that was really great, but the execution is just not there. So I don't know. The end of the arc is good. Hopefully we get out of the One World Under Doom stuff. Although I am enjoying it, I'm ready to see some Fantastic Four be like go back to the episodic storytelling that North was doing in his first run here. But man, I don't know. This is getting towards I don't know if I'm going to keep pulling this, especially because I got so many books to read. Another one that I think maybe the expectation was misaligned here, Superman, the Kryptonite Spectrum. I'm fine with the art style. The dialogue is just way too pretentious for me. There's a lot of big words being used, and I don't have a problem with big words, but they seem needlessly big. And I don't know if that's maybe a symbol of something that's happening here. Yeah, I don't know. And some of the jokes just aren't landing. Some of them do, but some of them don't. I don't know. Just this one feels like a huge step down from issue 1. So I'm hoping issue 3 picks up. But man, I didn't enjoy it as much as I wanted to. Those are the only two that I just kind of like. I read through it and I didn't smile at all. Normally I just have this big cheesy grin when I'm reading something and I'm enjoying the books. These two, they didn't give me much. Now, on to the ones that were kind of right down the middle. Like, there are things that I liked, things that didn't grasp me. It's not so much that I didn't like them, it's just that they didn't engage me. Nova Imperial War tie-in, I think, was a lot of fun. The art is wonderful. I really enjoyed the art. It just comes down to, again, I don't know too much of what's going on in the world of the Marvel Cosmic Universe, and I don't know Nova that well. But from what I did gather, what I did grasp, I thought it was very interesting. The idea of his helmet taking him into like another reality as time stopped or time went 10,000 times slower or something like that. I thought that was interesting, and it seems like they're setting up more cosmic stuff here. So, I thought it was a really fun read. Again, it's just, I just don't know too much about cosmic stuff. So, I don't know if that's on me or on them for not like holding my hand through it. But from what it is, I think I did enjoy it. The same thing for Deadpool and Batman. So I know a lot of people are like, oh, the backups were better than the original story. I actually was the opposite. I enjoyed the original story. I thought the dialogue, while a bit cheesy at times, I thought it did good. I thought Deadpool was just as annoying to Batman. I love the stoicism of Batman, where he's like, I brought toys too, and Deadpool's like, all right, I give up. We're pretty evenly matched, and Batman's like, I never said that. At no point was I ever in danger. I really enjoy the voice of Batman here, and Deadpool's annoying, but he is annoying Deadpool. The Joker idea I thought was nice. I'm torn on this joke here, where Joker's like, I got on the cosmic treadmill and look at my glutes. Nightwing who? Referencing, nothing but Nightwing. I was like, that's a dumb joke. That doesn't belong in this book. But I get it. So maybe I do enjoy it more than I should. I mean, and the art was fine. The art was good. It was serviceable. I didn't really care for the Batmobile. The Captain America Wonder Woman story I'm torn on, because Captain America has the opportunity to assassinate Hitler, and that's exactly what this is. This is not Hitler's firing on him and it's a self-defense or he's being attacked. Like, this is literally, he's cornered. He needs to take him in. It's almost a Return of the or Revenge of the Sith situation. So Wonder Woman's got to talk him down. I don't think Cap would do that. I think Cap would want the world stage to judge Hitler and everything he did. So I feel like that part of the story is not great. However, I love the amalgam. It's not amalgam, but the joining of the two worlds as they have like flashbacks of the different events and the different events that transpired with Marvel and DC together. Here we go. So you got the Marvel characters behind Crisis. You've got Wonder Woman going up against Galactus. And I just liked all the, you've got Superman there at the de-icing of Cap. I like those parts. I just feel like Captain America, that's another whiff from Zdarsky. It makes me wonder if Avengers Twilight was a fluke from Chip Zdarsky. Crypto and Baby Shark. Crypto and Jeff the Land Shark, it was what it is. It was cute. Not much there. Daredevil and Green Arrow, though, was pretty cool. Nice little combining there for them. I would have loved to have a whole issue with that. I thought that was really cool. And also using Vertigo as the main bad guy was a good idea. And just a little bit of throwback there. Rocket as a Green Lantern, silly, but the twist at the end that Parallax gets a hold of the Infinity Gauntlet, I thought that was unique. I thought that was enjoyable. I actually enjoyed this one, the Frank Miller. At some point, I'm like, can we just let Frank Miller rest? Maybe he doesn't want to rest. Maybe he wants to keep drawing. But I thought it was a nice little story. I thought that was cool. I'm glad Batman won. I think a lot of people were saying Deadpool would be Batman just because he can never die. And it's kind of the same story with Old Man Logan. But, I think that's pretty cool that Batman won that as well. And the last one, Logo, it was a nice little two-pager, nice little comic strip there. That was interesting. So, again, right down the middle. I actually enjoyed the Deadpool and Batman. The backups, they were what they were. But that's the only two that were down the middle for me. So now we get to all the books that I liked. And look at this. This is a big stack. I am loving comics right now. Is it the best it's ever been? No. Are they back? I don't know. But I'm enjoying this. So, let's talk about what I did enjoy. We've got a new arc starting with Batman and Robin. Batman and Robin now features Batman in his new suit, which I think is great. And we've got this it's not a John Wick character, but it's this deep state Manchurian candidate type character who just seems undefeatable. Really great little battle here with Batman and Robin. Enjoyed the Robin cycle there. I love this image. I thought that was cool. And so a nice little introduction here. We don't know who this guy is, what he's doing, and he's got it out for Cobblepot apparently. And so, an interesting start, and of course, beautiful art as always. So I am absolutely loving that. And I think that's a new artist, Osio on that art. Really, really enjoying that one. Ultimate Wolverine also enjoyed. I know a lot of people are freaking out about the Cyclops Sentinel appearance. That's fine. It's something different. They're really going fast with like all the appearances of all the different superheroes. But I think it's because they know they only have 1 year to go. There he is, Cyclops Sentinel there. The action is fantastic, and that's exactly what I want this to be. Every issue should be an action set piece, and that's what this was. So I'm really enjoying what we're having here. And I'm trying to remember how we ended. They take control of the Sentinel, right, or something like that. So that the interesting ending. We only got a few more issues left, so it is what it is. It's just good, enjoyable action set pieces. I'm not in it for the story. I'm in it for the insane action. I think that's really cool. I'm enjoying the Superboy stuff. Now so when the Superboy arc started, I feel like I heard a lot of people say like, why are we going back to Superboy? It's a modern retelling of Superboy. I'm actually enjoying it. It's a little silly at times, but I think that's fine. Like he burns his clothes trying to save some people. I think that's cool. We get some teenage love interest. Lena apparently grew up over the summer. I don't know too much about Lena and, the will they, won't they history that they have. I love the twist that she's in love with Superboy and, the the can of worms that opens. And apparently Captain Comet is working for the bad guys, or isn't all who he said he was. Is it tropey? Yeah, but I'm fine with that. So I really enjoy that. And I also like the art on this one as well. I think the art is very comic booky, and that's exactly what I want. So enjoying Action Comics and everything that brings. Aquaman, I'm glad to see that he's back. You know, he's back in the world. I know there was some talk about, is he absolute Aquaman? I think this pretty much solidifies that he's not. So, you know, he gets to have his moment to like showcase that he's returning, kind of saves the day. It was a little abrupt, but you know, it's fine. It worked for me. The art is beautiful. I love the art here again. And Adams is just doing a really fantastic job of making me love Aquaman. And yeah, ooh, there we go. We got Mara and the baby there. So I am super interested in where Aquaman's going, and I hope if they cancel it, they at least let him wrap up what he's doing, because this is an epic story. I don't want to be left hanging. We got Batman Dark Patterns here. Am I correct in that this is the final arc? This is only going to be a 12-issue series. And so this is the final arc, kind of wrapping up everything. This one is horrifying. Like, we get Hayden Sherman doing some really brutal art here, really flexing the stuff that he can do with the paranormal. Well, not paranormal, but what's the word I'm looking for? Sci-fi? But it's grounded sci-fi? There's a word I'm looking for. Just look at that. I love that. That's just creepy. He just walks away. Just beautiful art action here. And we find out it's not Firefly, it's someone else. And yeah, I am, again, it's just a really great Batman book. All the Batman books are firing on all cylinders. I'm loving it. I'm just adoring this cover here. Probably my favorite art of the week is going to be Green Lantern Corps. I am loving this. I don't know why people are so off on Green Lantern Corps. I'm really enjoying this. You've got the Sorrow Lanterns against the parasitic lantern spectrum, emotional spectrum animals, and that is just, I mean, just the art in this is insane. I think some people are just don't want to have like lots of action. They want to have more dialogue, more interest here, and I am loving that. We got the little super save from Guy Gardner, who's filled with gratitude now. Thought that was awesome. A little bit of romance there with the Star Corps and the Green Lantern Corps guys. I love the action. I love comics where they're just all battles. I mean, look at that. Oh my gosh. And so then we get a little bit, I think it was a little bit too quick of a wrap up with Nate and everything, and kind of realizing what he's doing. I thought they were going to make Nate, the Sorrow Lantern guy, a White Lantern. So I thought didn't go where I was going to go. And then we get this little cliffhanger here. I'm still not entirely sure about what's going on here. But with John's holographic sister, I think, or something like that. And then this girl, I don't know. I mean, I'm just loving the art. The art makes it so much fun and so enjoyable. So really, really enjoying this story of Green Lantern Corps. It just keeps building. It's amazing what you can do when you just give your writers such a long runway. I did a review of this one, so I'm not going to go too much into this, but I did read Saints and Sinners, the anthology from the Rippaverse. I really enjoyed this one. Every writer really knocked it out of the park. The only thing that just didn't resonate with me is it was the kind of story that I just wouldn't read on my own. But that's the great thing about anthologies, is they let you try new things without, going too deep into one book. So I have a complete review of this one on my channel. I'll put a link down below if I remember, or you can just click on my channel. But yeah, a really great book. I enjoyed it more than I thought I did, because I knew Jay can write for comics. I know the Soskas can write for comics. Eric, he's a bit half and half. I didn't really care for ISOM, but I really enjoyed Salvage and his other book. And these other three, they've never written comics before. I haven't read any of Critical Drinker's books, but as far as I know, he hasn't written comics. Every one of these was awesome, and the art was fantastic in each one of them. Some of them, the art I enjoyed much more than the others. But yeah, so I thought it was really good. So go check out my review. I'm not going to say too much about that one. Top 3 books of the week, though, in no particular order. I don't know if I can put an order to this. Redcoat here, we've got the sacking of the White House, and Redcoat, running in and actually ends up saving James Madison's wife. I think that's Madison's wife. She's trying to save the portrait of George Washington. The art is just, Ghost Machine books take longer to read, and it's not because they're harder to read, it's because you want to sit here and just enjoy the art. of everything that's going on. This is just a beautiful book. All the Ghost Machine books are just amazing. And then we get a little bit of a teaser here that George Washington is back. I don't know if he like got resurrected or if maybe the sacking of the White House like awoke his spirit. I mean, I guess he's technically not dead. He's immortal, right? But I don't know. The lightning bolt makes it seem like he came back, like he went away and now he's back. I just hope they don't turn it into like, America was never supposed to be the land of the free. It was supposed to be ruled by us. You know, our forefathers were authoritarians and all that stuff. I hope it doesn't go that way. I hope it doesn't. Then we get modern day stuff. This was a really cute ending here with Redcoat being memorialized in the White House. Just really enjoyed that one. Really, really good read. Space Ghost, issue 2 here. I really enjoyed it. I kind of don't remember what issue 1 was, but that's okay because every issue just kind of brings you up to speed. But even if you're not up to speed, it's just episodic, so you can really enjoy each one for what it is. We get a image here of the Eclipse Woman, and now she's in here. And this is just your classic Batman, Catwoman, superhero, kind of has a flirty thing with the bad guy or a bad girl, I should say. And so we get the kids involved, and again, gorgeous art. And they get captured, and so they got to figure out a way. And the bad girl, it sounds kind of weird saying that, like bad guy, bad girl. She's got to make the decision. Does she get away or does she go back and help them? She ends up sacrificing her gauntlet that she stole from Space Ghost to save him. And she gets away, but she makes a getaway in their spaceships. So now I don't know if on the next issue they're going to be stranded or what, but man, what a fantastic read just on both the art and the story. Love that. But I think my top read for the week is going to be Batman and Robin Year One, just because I love this art style so much. I want to go back and see what else Chris Samney did. The only thing I know him from is covers, but seeing him do these interiors, I mean, we get the gritty Gotham feeling. Bruce Wayne doesn't have any of his stuff. The Clayface infested police force has confiscated his house and everything. So he's putting on his old bat suit and he's driving his old Batmobile. I love that. I think that's so cool. And I love the predicament here that the Clayface clones are starting to disintegrate, or the serum is failing and they're dying. And so I love the predicament that Batman is like, how do I fight these guys without killing them? Because if they try to fight me, they're going to die. And it's not because of anything that he did. It's because of the serum going bad. And I just love that predicament where he's like, Alfred, how do I fight these guys when they just want to fight me and I can't fight them because they're going to die? What an amazing little predicament there. I just absolutely love that. And then we get at the end, spoiler alert again, Batman's in trouble, and Robin, who was taken to another foster home, ends up saving the day, because you can't tell Robin not to be Robin. I mean, I just love that. I love that. I know I feel bad that Mark Waid just rubs people the wrong way to where people don't want to read his books, because he's writing some really great stuff. So those are my favorite books of the week and some really great reads of the week. What did you read this week? What do you think of these books? I'm shooting to read 4 books a day, which should be average, but life has just been so busy. It's been tough to do, but I'm trying to read 4 books a day. Here's my reading stack that's left. I want to try to read all this week. I don't know. Do you think I can do it? I'm gonna try, because I also don't want to power through them and not take a moment and enjoy them. So thank you guys for watching. On Wednesday, I will be going to my comic book shop and I will have some consignments to show off. So if you want to nerd out together. And then for Friday's review, I think I'm going to do Empire, the new Gabe Altaïd book. So I might try that, check that, because that did come in. So anyways, if you want to see all that and you want to just nerd out, let's talk in the comments and let's just have some fun together. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe, do all the YouTube stuff. I appreciate you watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Adios.